we live, bro. I said, niggas of mine. I said, we live, bro. Oh, is this mic on? Is mic on? No, is it on?
Chat with your boy, holla back at your boy, make noise with your boy. Chat at your boy, stack racks with your boy. Chat at your boy.
Pop it, lock it, hop like a rabbit. Papa got a brand new baggage, stretch it like elastic. I'm parking lot, bitches getting this money is a habit. Hater gonna hate, they can't relate, and that's so tragic. Go play something safe like playing in traffic. I cross over like Uncle Drew playing for the Mavericks. As I wishing upon a star, mirror, mirror on the wall, who the dopest of them all. Chat with your boy, holla back your boy, back your boy, make noise with your boy. Chat your boy, stack racks with your boy. It's on and poppin' every day, all day, always, anytime and any place. You can run that fade if you want. You can wave those hands in the air, but you won't. I can destroy you in so many ways, but you would cope. Like camera and action. My competition be getting bad because these lyrics don't be slacking. I'm getting my action Jackson. You can like yo chill, calm, bro. I'm just relaxing. I'm breaking. You don't be laughing. I'm double dutch slapping them. Chat with your boy, holla back at your boy, make noise with your boy, chat at your boy, stack racks with your boy.
Chat with your boy, holla back at your boy, make noise with your boy. Chat at your boy, stack racks with your boy. Chat at your boy. Chat with your boy, holla back at your boy, make noise with your boy. Chat at your boy, stack racks with your boy. Chat at your boy. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who the dopest of them all?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who the dopest of them all?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who the dopest of them all?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who the dopest of them all?
Chat with your boy, holla back at your boy, make noise with your boy. Chat at your boy, stack racks with your boy. Chat at your boy. In this game of life, I'm here, a slave. Yeah, I'm time it. I'm so time it. I'm so prime it. Picture me rolling in the GLS limited edition. I'm Bobby Brown, featuring new edition. Orange is the new black. I'm cooking chicken in the kitchen. My Migo Port Largo. I'm slicking the elder barge, bro. I got the rim before the car, bro. I got the land before the house, yo. I got the bank before money, yo. I'm more holes than Dunkin' Donuts and egg roll. These babes glaze me like Krispy Kreme. I'm in your mouth like Listerine. This flow is so diamond. We're so prime. Yeah. Converse. I'm so diamond. I'm so prominent. Yeah. Converse. I'm so diamond. I'm so prominent. Yeah. Shit. If I see you on someone platform, we need to question that he born speaking out before him. We need to question that these so-called believers. We need to disbelieve them. We need to question that. I'm drenched in time for it. I threw monkey rich on this million, yo. With the knife out the kitchen drawer so I can cut this beef cheese. I'm sharper than these VVs. I'm romancing the stones cause Papa was a rolling stone. I'm so dominant. I'm so prominent. Yeah. Nunca isso, velho.
My souls behaving, the realest in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. No, my ops can't face me. I'm putting with a better, yes, every day. constipation, that's all.
Up on the beat and fly off this beat like I'm a demon, fly off like a plane flying off on JFK. I'm seeing through race, you still don't want it with me. So get fucked off before I flip you like a two-headed coin. Touch your two face and celebrate and say cheers to the fame. These imposters are handing the keys, all okay. The heaviest to the head to hold the crown. Mr. Mister, I'll get around, I'll lift you up from the ground.
I know my ops can face me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls be hating. The readers in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. Know my ops can face me. I'll put it where dirty as scary thing. I've always saying, I've been the club for patient, that's all.
Facial fears talking about if we had some air and opportunity. Excuse me, I'll air you out in this community. Your manhood will escape you like it's a full-blown unity. You got me twisted and mixed up like crochet braids, just like Shaquille O'Neal. You been icy hot man up, be a ninja throwing shade because you need the jelly meat sandwich.
I know my ops can't face me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls be hating. The readers in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated. I know my ops can't face me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls be hating. The readers in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated.
I box him out like Joel Embiid. I ain't no joke to you folks, just get that clear. These lyrics I wrote is it reading in hell. It's that choke, a broken clock and
Yeah. We go together like peas and carrots, all praise Allah. This rose-colored Ferrari is like two peas in a pod. I'm guzzling down the vision like Russian vodka. I sacrifice my king to capture your queen. Life is like a chessboard, yeah. From the cradle to the grave, bury me at G. Cover me in the Egyptian robe because my blood is royal. You be disloyal to this game, I'm charging you a penalty. You not getting a red cent for me. No ain't the game because I'm a PIMP. So crown me and wash me down with champagne as champion speaks. Yeah. Let me pull out biggest butcher out the kitchen, draw and cut the BS and expose the lies and fraud. I thought that what you were beefing has been resolved, but just can't let go of eating you and stuck onto your claw. I've been there for you, through my pain and joy. I never turned my back on you, even when the doors was closed. I was there for you. Yeah. I checked the Yuko family. Remember when you took that bit of steak? I would try anything to your girl. Made sure your son knew who his father was. But all that was another lifetime. It's funny how you repay my loyalty. But that choice was yours. What did you ninja expected? That deposit I rejected. I'm coke number. These are my quote number. Went from a dope boy transform into the man. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One. Welcome. Feel free. Be sure to hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this live stream with your friends, family, and your followers. Don Squad in the house, stand up. Salute. All right. Let me make sure that y'all can hear me, though. Let me make sure. Yep, there we go. We in there. We in the building. Live and direct. Let me position this. I think I got this position properly. All right. Man, I don't feel that either. All right, so we'll just keep it like this. All right. So welcome. Here's what we're going to be talking about today on today's live stream. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch. What are my thoughts on it? Before I give you my thoughts, share my opinions on the Nintendo Switch, let's do some let's do some info. We would be doing this thing a disservice if we didn't do, if we don't do a proper introduction to it. All right. So the Nintendo Switch is expected to be released March 2025. Nintendo has confirmed that it will be announced the successor to the Nintendo Switch. I need to start saying Switch 2. Within this fiscal year, President, you guys know I butcher names on a constant, consistent basis, but the Nintendo president also confirmed that the Switch 2 will be able to play Switch 1 games during the earnings presentation. All right. So we all done checked out the news on the Nintendo Switch. And the things I want to focus on, instead of the games, we want to make sure that we talk about a couple of games. But the things I wanted to talk about, particularly with the Nintendo Switch, is everything we need to know about the Nintendo Switch. Okay, Switch 2. All right. Oh God, hold up. Can we exit out of that? Can we exit out of that? I don't know why I did that. Okay. So the Nintendo, and I'm sorry, I'm sharing another screen over here. The Nintendo Switch is Nintendo Switch. Oh shoot. Okay. Wait. Nintendo Switch 2 is launching this June. After literally a year of rumors, leaks, and a few amounts of online speculation, you want to call it a few, Nintendo has lifted the lid on the next generational console. All right. And it is the Switch sequel. First announced back in January, now is fully revealed during Nintendo Switch 2 Direct events. The Switch 2 has evolutionized the existence of the Nintendo Switch console. Rather than reinventing the wheel, while the system might appear similar to its predecessor, its strength lies in a lot of first and third party games. Here's all the things we need to know about the Switch 2. And you know what? Wow. So what I'm going to try to do is set this thing up right. So what I'm going to do is I should have checked my surroundings. Let's go into a video real fast, real quick.
No, my ops can't face me. I pray it's awake as my trolls behaving. The readers in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. No, my ops can't face me. I'll put it with a better yes, everything. I've always say, I've been the stuff, ovation, let's go.
Taking off on the beat and fly off this beat like I'm a demon, fly off like a plane flying off on JFK. I'm seeing through rage, you still don't want it with me. So get fucked off before I flip you like a two-headed coin. Touch your two face and celebrate and say cheers to the fame. These imposters are handing the keys, all okay. The heaviest to the head that hold the crown. Mr. Miss, I'll get around, I'll lift you up from the ground.
I know my ops can't face me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls behaving. The readers in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. No, my ops can't face me. I'll put it with a better yes, everything. I've always say, I've been the tough.
All right, we're back. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. I should have paid attention. I didn't pay attention, but this is a better situation this is a better situation than what I previously had. So I do apologize for the inconvenience, but let's get into today's live stream. Okay. So, like I said, I got another monitor and I'm reading off this monitor. The Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders will begin Wednesday, April the 9th in the US. The standalone Nintendo Switch console will cost roughly $449 to $500 plus. The Switch 2 will have a bundle with a digital copy of Mario Kart World for $499. The Switch 2 will be widely available starting in June the 5th. Now, we need to put a taper on that because they have, I don't know, recently they probably changed this, but a couple of days back they were talking about they're not doing pre-orders. All right. As of right now, I don't know why. A lot of people are speculating, and then also people are speculating that this console is going to cost more due to the tariffs. You know, Trump got tariffs on a lot of companies, and we talked about this on a live stream on this. I feel like it was like 2 months ago, how the tariffs are going to affect us, because the United States, it's not like we make a lot of stuff. Are we buyers or sellers? We're more sellers than, we're more buyers than sellers. We don't really make a lot. Well, we depend heavily on exports. All right. So it's not like, we have facilities that would if we had a Nintendo facility in the US, they can manufacture they can manufacture Nintendo Switches. We just don't have that. I don't think Nintendo would do that. But what I'm trying to say is we buy more than sell, particularly with people around the globe. We heavily depend on other countries to support the things that we buy. Okay. And that's why this tariff thing is going to affect us in the pocketbook sooner rather than later. All right. But let's get into that. Let's get out of that. Let's get into this. The United States retail such as Amazon, Best Buy have not yet launched the pre-order page for the Switch 2, although it's likely those pages will launch soon. Best Buy is letting shoppers register interest in receiving information when they're able to pre-order. I'm pretty sure Amazon does the same thing. Meanwhile, GameStop has launched its Switch 2 listing page where you can sign up, be notified when the Switch 2 is available. These signups are free and they're worth doing. Now, I will say this. I think it's good to sign up so they'll notify you when they're going to get, when the Switch 2 is available to pre-order. That's fine and dandy, but you're going to be competing with a lot of variables. The first variable is your internet connection on your phone or your laptop if you're away from home. That's your first variable. The second variable is everyone's going to get notified. Okay? All your friends, people that you don't know, everybody's going to get notified at once. And yes, the scalpers. And that's going to be your third variable. I do feel like a lot of people are going to miss the boat on Nintendo Switch first wave, maybe its second wave. But when Nintendo get use of these variables, such as people buying them by the bulk and bots and things of that nature, when they can detect those things, then it'll be available for the average consumer that's interested in the Switch. All right. So, yeah, it's good to sign up for those things, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. All right. The handheld, world's biggest, increasingly meaningful, better with chunky units like the Stream Deck OLED, rule supreme. Nintendo is following the trend, preparing your pockets because Nintendo Switch isn't a slim device. The original Switch 2 revealed the trailer. Nintendo clearly showcased the Switch 2's size, comparing it to the current Switch. It will sport a larger display screen. It will support a larger screen. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. Another notable design tweak in the kickstand, it will cover the entire back console, adjusting it so you can view the display in multiple angles. This is a huge leap from the regular Switch restrictions with the flimsy kickstand. One of the big Nintendo Switch 2 rumors was an additional mystery C button. In the video that was posted in Nintendo's today's app yesterday, but now Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, Nintendo has revealed the button and its game chat feature. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Let me game chat feature. Is the game chat feature. The C button is located on the right joystick. It lets you access to the system. This new chat system, by pressing it, a menu in questions appears very similar to the one you see on Discord with each player's camera. Okay, so basically, with the Switch 2, there's a C on one of the Joy-Cons, and when you press that button, it's game chat, and a lot of people say it's similar to Discord. Okay, so everyone has a squared window when you play online, or when you're talking to someone else online. You'll be able to see them because everyone will have a camera, or you don't have to have a camera set up. I'm pretty sure there'll be an image of your face or whatever character you like to put on your profile, and it will blink as you talk. I did see it on the Direct, how they were playing Mario Kart, and you saw the other screens, the other video screens, and you could clearly tell through the smaller images at the bottom portion of the screen. The video was kind of choppy. Nintendo has never been known as to be trendsetters. Nintendo, just sort of sits back. They're not trying to compete with Microsoft or Sony. They may adapt certain things that Microsoft and Sony put on their consoles or on their services or systems, however y'all want to call them. And this is a huge leap for Nintendo fans, because with the, when you had to do game chat, you had to do it through your phone. Now you're able to do it through the system. It's cool and all. If you're a chatty patty sort of say, I think that's cool if in the grand scheme of things. But to me, it's just game chat. When you experience game chat for so long, it's not a huge big deal, but I understand how this is a big deal for people out there that love the Nintendo Switch. All right. Speaking of the Joy-Cons, Nintendo also showed off a mouse control feature for its controller. The control scheme mirrors a PC mouse work when you put both Joy-Cons on the table or on the surface and roll the controllers wherever it's on the screen. I've seen this demonstrated on a wheelchair game where you take the Joy-Cons, you put them on the table, and you can simulate like you're moving a wheelchair. I think that'll be good for certain games. I don't think this is the end all and be all. People are going to say, this is a must have. I think this is good for, games. And I don't think people realize this, but I think this is also good for games that are traditionally for PC, make their appearance on the Nintendo Switch 2. So it's going to have dozens of functions. I think it's cool and all, but you know, it's not a big deal to me. The Nintendo Switch 2 measures 4.5 inches tall, 10.7 inches wide, 55-inch with height, 1.18 pounds. The Joy-Cons, we're not going to go into all that. You got to people love talking about specs. The Switch 2, the specs, release date June 5th, price $449. It's got a NVIDIA chip in it, 256 gigabytes of storage, display, 7-inch screen. We talked about that. Max resolution, 3840 by 2160 in dock mode. Max frame rate 60 frames, dock mode 120 frames on the television. The port is 2 USB-Cs. Battery life is 6 hours and 6.5 hours. Okay. We talked about the game chat. We also talked about the Switch 2 camera, but they also said with the Switch, you can use any other USB camera, so you don't have to buy the Switch 2 camera. Switch 2 games. There's a host of games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 with some familiar faces. Mario Kart World, of course, we was going to see Mario Kart World. There's a string of noticeable third-party releases, including Elden Ring, Tony Hawk, Madden, Street Fighter, Hogwarts, and more. There's a announcement of a brand new James Bond game, simply titled Project 007. That's coming from IO. The string finished with some big hitters such as From Software's Dust Blood, which will be launched, Donkey Kong Bonanza, even though they didn't give a release date to that one. And that's pretty much it on the Nintendo Switch. I'm not going to go off into all the games that were talked about or was speculated, but that's it on the Nintendo Switch. Now, before we get into my thoughts, let me play something, and I will be right back. All right, so here we go.
Trolls behaving, the realest in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. No, my ops can't face me. I'm putting with a better, yes, everything. I've always say, I've been the club, probation, let's go.
Picking up on the beat and fly off this beat like I'm a demon, fly off like a plane flying off on JFK. I'm seeing through rage, you still don't want it with me. So get fucked off before I flip you like a two-headed coin. Press your toothpaste and celebrate and say cheers to the fame. These imposters are handing the keys, okay. They hit you to the head to hold the crown. Mr. I'll get around, I'll lift you up from the ground.
I know my ops can't face me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls behaving. The realest in the know and they're relating. It's kinda complicated, yeah. No, my ops can't face me. I'm putting with a better, yes, everything. I've always say, I've been the club for patient, let's all take it low.
Facial fears talking about if we had some air and opportunity. Excuse me, I'll air you out in this community. Your manhood will escape you like it's a full-blown unity. You got me twisted and mixed up like crochet braids, just like Shaquille O'Neal. You been icy hot man up, me and Ninja throw it shade because you need the jelly meat sandwich.
I know my ops can't phase me. I'm ready to wake as my trolls be hating. The readers and the new and they're relating. It's kinda complicated. I know my ops can't phase me. I'm ready to wake as my trolls be hating. The readers and the new and they're relating. It's kinda complicated.
I box him out like Joel Embiid. I ain't no joke to you folks, let's get that clear. These lyrics are orders and reading in hell. It's not joke. A broken clock can be right twice a day. You can get it anytime or any day. Fall, okay, get some chow in the pay call. Blue blasts with BKs in the day fall. Trust me, dog, I'm a knockout. See a right, you need to say, dog. You want a dog call?
No, my ops can't phase me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls be hating. The readers and the new and they're relating. It's kinda complicated. No, my ops can't phase me. I'm ready to wake and my trolls be hating. The readers and the new and they're relating. It's kinda complicated.
Okay. We're back. All right. So let me give you my thoughts and my opinions on the Nintendo Switch 2. This is going to be a buy. Okay. This is going to be a buy for the hardcore Nintendo Switch 2 fans. This is going to be a buy for just gamers in general. But do I feel like this is going to be that must-have device everyone's going to be clamoring for? Back when the Wii, when you just had people who wasn't even in gaming buying a Wii. I don't think it's going to get that bananas. I don't think it's going to get that ridiculous. But I do feel like the gaming community is going to support this. All right. I think this is going to be one of those type of deals where when holidays come, this is going to be under the Christmas tree. This is going to be a very demanding device everybody wants to get their hands on. And when you look at the games, even though you have some real hardcore fans that are complaining that it's not enough first party, it's more third party. You have to, one would have to conclude that, that's a good starting, I'm pretty sure you'll be playing more than 3 games from the Nintendo Switch 2. And like I said earlier, I read where you will be able to play some original Switch games. Now, the only thing I've seen on social media is the price. People feel like the console shouldn't be that high. People also complaining about there was a few games that were $80, $90. Is Nintendo starting to trend where games are going to be expensive? Which I remember people were pushing this narrative about Rockstar and people having no issue paying $100 for Grand Theft Auto. And I said this on so many podcasts, and I said this even on my own podcast. When you when you throw something out there in the atmosphere, people are going to be attracted to it. And I think that's true, but I also feel like when you look at Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, I mean, we're not giving them a reason why we wouldn't pay extra for a gaming console, that we wouldn't pay extra for a game. And when you got narratives out there saying you'll gladly spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto, you don't think the big three are not listening to all that? Not just forget the fact that people are gladly wanting to spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto. Let's just put that to the side. When you have already, when you as consumers, this goes beyond just gaming. When we are as consumers would pay extra for graphics cards, and when we can't get it on the website, we're willing to do business with a scalper who has an abundance of graphic cards, and he's willing to sell them, but he wants to make a profit. So when you have demonstrated that you're willing to spend more money on a graphics card, when you have already demonstrated that you're willing to spend more for a original PlayStation 5 on an Xbox Series X, on an Xbox Series S, okay? When you're willing to spend extra from a scalper, you don't think these corporations are following that trend? And they're saying, okay, if they are willing to spend that much for our products, why don't we make our products that price? Because they have no problem paying the scalpers. So they shouldn't have a problem paying us, right? So when you have demonstrated that type of behavior, you're creating, you are your own worst enemy. You're creating an infrastructure where you don't mind paying extra as long as you get the product. Because you have demonstrated time after time after time, you're willing to do it for a scalper. So now these companies are saying, well, if you're willing to do it for Tom, Dick, Jane, Harry, the scalper, then why you can't do it for us? That's one thing. Well, we're gonna put that to the side. And the final thing are these tariffs. You know, again, we are our own worst enemy. We the one who elected Donald J. Trump. We the ones who believed in him. Okay. You know, you have people that are foreigners that elected for Donald J. Trump. And Donald J. Trump has already deported people that were legal and illegally here. And now you got a huge support of foreigners that are here that's saying, wait a minute, I don't think that was the right move for us to make, to have him in office. And that's what happens when you deal with someone who have already demonstrated to you that he really doesn't have your back or your side. And he's already demonstrated and told you time and time again that he's going to deport people. But these same people who voted for him are here legally and illegally and, you know, not sure about their stay here in the country. But you voted for that guy. Just like the people who voted saying that he's going to make it better for us as far as the economy and stuff. I haven't seen him make any moves as far as the infrastructure of the economy going down, the cost of living going down. If anything, he has done a reverse effort. He has increased it. Okay. Now, don't get it twisted and get it confused. I think housing has had some low moments. Okay. Gas have had some low moments. But now with these tariffs, it's going to be hard, and it's getting closer. And look, summertime, people have families, people have kids. Those kids are not going to be in school anymore. They're going to be your problem as far as feeding them, clothing them. You know, gas traditionally goes up in the summertime. The cost of living traditionally goes up in the summertime. So you better have some money saved up, because I feel like this is going to be a summer that's going to be worse than any other summer. You know, because groceries are going to go up. Gas is going to go up. Cars are going to go up. Maintenance on a car is going to go up. Maintenance on a house or an apartment is going to go up. Okay? Things that mean the most to you are going to go up. And I hate, okay, but I sometimes travel off road. I just traveled off road But bring it back to this Nintendo Switch. It's going to be very interesting in seeing how the tariffs are going to affect the Switch. Now, we already talked about the price and stuff, but I feel like Nintendo's going to do one or two things. Either they're going to ship less, meaning they're not going to meet their quotas. They're just going to ship less because they're not sure the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to fly off the shelves because of everything's going up. People going to have to make decisions. Do you want to switch 2 or do you want to eat? Do you want to switch 2 or do you want the lights on? Do you want to switch 2 or do you want to pay the mortgage? And I know if kids play Nintendo Switch and adults play the Nintendo Switch, but the Nintendo Switch 2 is not high on the priority list on the things that you have to survive. And really the Switch 2 is coming out at a worse time, June. That's a bad time to come out with the Switch when everything's going to be going up. So I do expect a lot of strategy with Nintendo. I don't think they're going to mass produce these things at an alarming rate to meet demand in the summertime because they fear, even though it's demand, a lot of people are not going to have their hands on the Nintendo Switch because of the things I just mentioned. 2, why give ammunition to the scalpers? Because the majority of the people that's going to, if you come out with Switch 2 galores, the majority of those Switch 2s are going to be owned by scalpers. And scalpers are going to make a lot of profit off these Switch 2s. Supply, demand. So, yeah, in retrospect, I think this is going to be a big thing, moving forward. Is the Switch 2 going to, be very successful this summer? I think it will be very successful this summer. It's just, if I was Nintendo, I would strategize this. I wouldn't put a boatload of Switch 2s out there for most of them to be consumed by scalpers and bots. And, there's still a demand for the Switch 2, but that demand is not being met because just like the PlayStation 5, just like the Xbox Series X and S, and just like the 5090, these scalpers are going to buy boatloads of this, go on eBay and make huge profits. I mean, huge profits. So yeah, that's the fear. So Nintendo is probably in the lab trying to figure this thing out. As of right now, this is the deadline they're supposed to officially come out. Could Nintendo say, you know what, we're not going to come out this summer, but maybe early fall? Really, when you think about it, even the early fall, or come out when the tariffs are figured out. Maybe Trump gives some leeway to Nintendo. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on with Nintendo Switch. I gave you my opinions on the Nintendo Switch. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. I'm up out of here. I really do appreciate everyone coming by. I'm out. Peace. Peace.